He's full of shit. He's full of shit.
Well, we're going to watch that one.
Yeah.
Wow. Well, I mean, this is turning into a big fight between the whole, each industry.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you enjoyed the episode with Dr. Amoose that came out on Saturday. It was, I'm so grateful that he said yes to coming on the podcast and to sharing some very basic, simple, and free things we can do in order to improve our health. Me personally, I've been following him for over a year now on X, and I've already gotten rid of my Bluetooth headphones. I'm more mindful of some of the things that I consume. Shortly after we recorded the interview, he did publish on his newsletter, which I suggest that you follow, some information about the differences between like white meat, because I had mentioned, I think, some of the meats that I grew up eating, and also red meat. So definitely check out the interview. And thank you so much for the comments on Noster, on X, and here on YouTube. You guys talked about, some of the things that you didn't know, some of the things that you are implementing as a result of the interview with him, and some of the things that you've already changed on your own personal health journeys. So I am not in a position to provide any type of medical advice whatsoever, so please do not take this as such. I recommend that you check out the interview with Dr. Amoose, and of course that you follow him on his socials, because I'm pretty sure even if it's just one small thing like getting sunlight early in the morning, you will pick up something from him that'll definitely have a positive impact on your life. And also, this episode was super exciting as well because we have implemented a passphrase for the first time, and shout out to Bitcoin Art Magazine and Asanoa for doubling the bounty of this episode. So it's 42,000 sats that you guys are hunting for as opposed to 21,000 sats. And I checked this morning, and I'm going to check real time. Hold on, let me share my screen. The sats are still in the wallet. So this is real time. Let's just, let's take a look. So confirmed balance, 21,100 sats from this address. And if we go to the second address, we can see that the sats are still in the wallet. So you guys are still hunting. I have to say that if you like the treasure hunt, if you enjoy a more interactive way to learn how to self-custody your Bitcoin, please make sure that you subscribe on YouTube, that you share the video with, friends, family, colleagues, everyone, and also that you engage and you check out. I don't call it a sponsor, I call it a passphrase holder. Make sure to check out Bitcoin Art Magazine and Asanoa. I'll put QR codes up so that you guys can just scan them and go directly to the website. You'll have to go directly to the Bitcoin Art Magazine website anyways if you are hunting for the passphrase, because as you may know, it's not in the video. So yeah, the more you engage with Bitcoin Art Magazine and future sponsors, the bigger the bounties, the more full-length interviews we can produce, where you have a nice bounty to search for and where you can obviously practice to hold Bitcoin in self-custody. A few of you have commented in the video and on X that seed words number 4 and 8 are not included in the video. And I don't blame you for believing that. In our workflow, I provide all of the clues, and Orange Manufacturing Group he's the master of hiding things in the episodes. So if you have been watching Ask a Bitcoiner 21 Questions for the past few months, you may be a little bit more familiar with his hiding techniques compared to if you are just new to this podcast. So that in itself is a hint or a clue. If you're new, you may want to go back and watch previous episodes to see how things were hidden, to see some of the comments. And if you've been watching all along, I'm not going to spoil your proof of work and the advantage, because you did put in the time. You do know what to look for, how to look. And I noticed that a few of you who've been here since pretty much the beginning of the treasure hunts have remained silent on whether seed words 4 and 8 are in the episode. So I'm guessing that you've probably already found all 12 words and you are waiting for the rest of the clues for the passphrase to drop. For the clues, you do most definitely have to follow Bitcoin Art Magazine and Asanoa, because he's been dropping clues daily. There have been 2 so far. I will share them here on screen, and there are 3 more to go. So by Wednesday of this week, all 5 clues leading to the passphrase on the Bitcoin Art Magazine website will be revealed. So make sure you follow Bitcoin Art Magazine, look through everything, and good luck to you. I'm really eager to see how long it'll take once the last passphrase clue is revealed to sweep the wallet. I have a feeling that within, I have a feeling that within at least an hour of the last passphrase clue being revealed, someone will have swept the wallet. So good luck, everyone. And remember, if you want the bounties to be doubled and perhaps even tripled one day, make sure you're subscribed, share, like, comment, engage with the podcast, engage with the passphrase holders, so that we can get more and more people on who are willing to up the ante, so to speak, and this podcast can continue going. And there will not be an episode on Saturday because I'll be in Poland and I won't be close to my laptop, just to make sure that the episode upload, goes the way it should and to engage and stuff. So there's no 21 questions in 10 minutes on Saturday. But if you keep watching this video to the end, there may be a little cashew e-token surprise in here for you. And I just want to comment as well. While we are enjoying Bitcoin in self-custody, things are heating up in the US specifically with respect to the Clarity Act. I saw this on X the other day and I just thought that I needed to share this with everyone because I thought, this is hilarious. Jamie Dimon is losing his cool. So basically the squabble, actually, let me back up before that. So the SEC chair, Paul Atkins, says that he's confident that the Clarity Act will actually pass. And I think that this is a huge signal since he is the chair of the Securities and Exchange Commission. Bitcoin Magazine shared this, and I'm just going to play this for you so that you can see for yourself.
We're looking and I have confidence that Congress will adopt the Clarity Act and that the president will be able to sign it. And that will give us a statutory basis upon which we can operate and then again allow the marketplace to innovate and do that here onshore, as the president has basically challenged us to do. We've chased a lot of these products offshore for people to try to innovate, but we need to do it in America under American law so that investors have the confidence and the protections of that.
Yeah, we're in a race with China.
So there you have it. They are, I'm not American. I have to give it to Americans because I feel as though even though there may be divisions domestically, it seems as though when it's time to face an external threat, you guys really rally together and, bipartisan, whatever, they seem to be moving in one direction. And so, we'll see if it actually gets passed. Previously, I had read that they were aiming for a July 4th signature date. So we'll see if that happens. But while we're seeing whether it passes, Mr. Jamie Dimon, I guess he's showing his fear with respect to the whole issue about yield on stablecoins. And in an interview, Mr. Dimon didn't seem very professional in discussing his thoughts on Brian Armstrong,
But it will be fought. This
who
will
is
not
the
be.
CEO of Coinbase.
So, it's complicated, and the government needs to do it thoughtfully. If they don't do it thoughtfully, it'll be a huge problem.
So are you happy with the way the Clarity Act is turning out?
No, because it allows them to effectively pay interest on deposits, stable coins or something like that, without the protection that they should have. And it doesn't do anything for AML-BSA. It has almost no legal protections. So no, the banks will not accept it that way.
They won't
And
accept
the
it.
ABA, the small banks, the credit unions, it's not just the big guys. I'm not worried about stablecoin, but if it happened, I'm telling you, I would have nothing to do with it, and it would eventually blow up on its own. Okay, but that's my personal thing. But I do understand the concern of all the other banks. So,
Well, the markup is coming. I mean, what are you going to do about it?
it is. We'll fight it. If we lose, we lose, and we'll live.
Okay.
But it will be fought. This will not be. No one's going to bow down to this guy, okay, or that company. And he's the
Coinbase.
only one.
Yeah.
And he's spending hundreds of millions of dollars in Washington. This thing.
He
Okay?
said he's representing the whole
He's full
industry.
of shit.
He's full of shit. That's hilarious. I couldn't believe it. For Jamie Dimon to say that he's not concerned about stable coins, to me means that he is very much concerned. It's like the opposite of what he's saying, And he wouldn't even name Brian Armstrong or Coinbase. He just said that guy and that company. And, what do you think? He's lobbying for the full industry. And he was like, he's full of shit. Like, that just came out very naturally, which is something that I have to admit that I enjoy seeing. Yeah, I enjoy it. We'll see how things pan out. Who knows what the interest will be on stablecoins, whether that'll go through, but that seems to be a minor point with respect to the bigger picture of, the U.S. being the quote unquote crypto capital of the world with respect to China, with respect to other jurisdictions. And speaking of other jurisdictions, while all of this is happening and the U.S. seems to be trying to fast track on the Clarity Act, the European Parliament released this document. It looks like it's dated the 13th of May, 2026. And basically, it's new revenue sources for the EU budget. So I guess Europe really needs money. So you can read it on Wednesday. MEPs and the Commission will discuss alternative financing possibilities for the EU's long-term budget, including from online gambling. And it says MEPs added that if some of the Commission's proposed funding sources are dropped by member states, other alternative revenue sources should be considered, such as a digital services levy, an online gambling levy, an extension of the carbon border adjustment mechanism, and a levy on crypto asset capital gains. I have over the years interacted with so many French people from a business standpoint, other Europeans, and it is just incredible that from 2017 being laughed at for speaking about Bitcoin to today, 2026, which I mean it's 9 years now. And now I'm reading that, not only is there recognition that Bitcoin is legit, but now it's a talk of capital gains taxes to finance the European Union. I mean, for me, it's just incredible to see how you are literally made fun of, and then it's how can we take this from you? If I'm sure I'm not the only one who's experienced this. You have probably experienced this where you've talked about it, you've been told to shut the F up. You've been ridiculed, you've been mocked, it's not real money, it's this, it's that. The irony is just absolutely incredible. So, yeah. Yes. Anyways, thank you for tuning in to this weekly update. Remember to follow Bitcoin Art Magazine and Asanoa on X, on Nostr, and go to the Bitcoin Art Magazine website so that you can follow along for the passphrase clue. One last thing before we close out. Remember, I have to say this, please never, ever, ever share your passphrase because you can see how easily your wallet can be swept. number one. And number two, please do not reuse the same address. Please, please, please. Some exchanges force you to use one address when you are taking your Bitcoin into self-custody. That's between you and the exchange. If that is the case, shit happens, so to speak. Please do not use that same address for other Bitcoin transactions, because if you saw in last week's update video, you can see how easily it is for anyone, an individual, a government looking to tax you, for example, how easy it is for them to track all of the transactions linked to that address. And with that, have a wonderful week. I hope you get sunshine in the morning, and I will see you next time. Bye.